Number 25, Baltimore, Maryland. Though the city has seen a slight decrease in its murder rate from last year, it remains to be one of the most violent places in the United States due to its high level of drug and gang-related violence. Number 24, Belém, Brazil. Belém is known as a natural gateway for drug smuggling. It's believed that it's through the dense Amazonian jungle surrounding the city that drugs are exported all over Brazil and around the world. Violence in this part of the country is mostly related to drug killings, primarily because of the great number of cocaine users living here. Number 23, Bogota, Colombia. Though security in this part of Colombia has significantly improved through the years, narco-terrorist groups continue to spread violence in some of its rural areas and Bogota as well. 3 years ago, a bomb explosion took place outside the Caracol radio station, and since then numerous cases of high-profile kidnappings have been reported. Number 22, Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. The capital and largest city of Papua New Guinea is one of the most dangerous cities in the world in terms of crime rate. Rape and robbery are the most common in the city, though carjacking, vehicle stoning, and pickpocketing are also rampant. Even unguarded public sites such as beaches, parks, and golf courses are not exempt from criminals. Number 21, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Though mugging and pickpocketing are two of the biggest issues confronted by the local government of Santo Domingo, reports of violence against foreigners and car theft are also significantly increasing. Local criminals often target tourists from other countries, and that's why foreigners in this part of the country are advised to exercise caution at all times. Number 20, Muzaffarabad, Pakistan. It's ironic that despite being labeled as a paradise on earth, the city in Pakistan is also considered one of the most violent places in the world. High-level organized crime, terrorism, abduction, and drug trafficking are all common in Muzaffarabad. Number 19, Cape Town, South Africa. Despite being one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, the city is battling against some of the highest crime rates on earth. Cape Town is easily considered one of the most dangerous cities at night, especially for women. Most of the crimes committed in this part of South America are motivated by the disparity between and among the socioeconomic classes. Number 18, Detroit, Michigan. With a murder rate of 54.6 per 100,000 citizens, Detroit is without a doubt one of the most violent places in the world. 4 decades ago, it was known as the murder capital of the United States because of its very high crime rate, which can be attributed to the high level of poverty, gang presence, and drugs. Number 17, Sana'a, Yemen. Ever since the Mercer survey in December 2012, the security situation in this city in Yemen has been considerably deteriorating due to political uprisings. The political instability of Sana'a is said to be the reason why it's turned into a hub of terrorism. Today, residents of this city are advised to leave while commercial carriers are still flying here. Number 16, Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas was one of the 10 most dangerous cities in the world in 2010. Until today, the city remains among the most violent places in the world because of its high murder rate. Much of the violence committed within Caracas is said to be related to drug trafficking in the city. Ironically, armed kidnappings and murders in the city often involve the local police officers themselves. Number 15, Mogadishu, Somalia. This part of Somalia is often associated with military offensive attacks committed by terrorists. In 2010, an attack was launched against the Transitional Federal Government and African Union, killing hundreds. That same year, a roadside bomb explosion was also reported to have damaged 3 civilian minibuses and killed 9 people. Violent incidences such as this are a common occurrence here. Number 14, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The capital and largest city of Haiti is said to be controlled by criminals. Violent outbreaks have been seen in the city since 2004, despite the police assistance provided by the United Nations. The presence of police, however, does not guarantee security for visitors in Port-au-Prince, as it's considered a bastion of murderers, carjackers, robbers, and drug addicts. Number 13, Maceió, Brazil. In 2011, Maceió had a homicide rate of 1,564. Though world-renowned for its pristine beaches, this city is also known for its significant crime rate. The favelas, or slums, are racked with violent drug-related crime. Number 12, Flint, Michigan. Known as one of the deadliest cities in the United States, Flint has a murder rate of 64.9 people per 100,000. It's also one of the poorest areas in the country, with rural places being plagued by illegal firearm and drug trade. Number 11, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on statistics, St. Louis tops the list of most violent cities in America, beating Detroit, New Orleans, and Camden. In 2006, it was dubbed America's most dangerous city, and in 2009 it came second. It currently has over 2,000 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. Most crimes take place in the east part, which accounts for 65% of the total crimes in the city. Number 10, Karachi, Pakistan. Most of the terrorist attacks that were reported in Pakistan from 2011 to 2012 took place in Karachi. The largest city in Pakistan is known to be racked with lawlessness and crime, as it is overrun by all sorts of violence, including gang shootings and suicide bombings. Number 9. Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham has always been among the deadliest cities, not just in the U.S. but in the world. It's consistently had high crime rates since the 1990s, with a murder rate of 33.7 per 100,000. Police officers say that most of the homicides committed in the city are difficult to prevent because they're domestic. Number 8. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans has been ranked as one of the deadliest cities, not just in the U.S., but also in the world. Through the years, the city's been struggling against high levels of gang crimes, typically associated with the rampant use of illegal firearms among its residents. Number 7. Nairobi, Kenya. Over time, the world has seen a great number of terrorist attacks in Nairobi. Plagued with high crime rates in low-income areas, travelers are advised to stay clear. Incidences of street crimes are also quite common in the city. Number 6. Grozny, Chechnya. Since the 90s, the city in Russia has seen highly destructive conflicts, the reason why the United Nations recently dubbed it the most destroyed city on earth. Just seeing a photograph should be enough to understand. Number 5. Baghdad, Iraq. Since the 20th century, Baghdad has suffered from its highly unstable political climate. It's consistently been dubbed one of the most dangerous places on earth because of the constant bombings and counter-bombings there, which have destroyed most of the city's infrastructure. Suicide bombings and seemingly random gunfire are also fairly common. Number 4. Torreon Metropolitan in North Mexico. Torreon was ranked the 7th most dangerous city in the world in 2012, as it had a murder rate of 88 per 100,000 inhabitants. Today, drug cartels in the city continue to wage a violent turf war against the government of Mexico as they fight for control of lucrative drug smuggling routes into the United States. Number 3. Acapulco, Mexico. In 2012, Acapulco was the 4th most dangerous city in the world. Murder rates were around 128 per 100,000 people. According to reports, about 60,000 deaths have occurred in Acapulco since President Felipe Calderón intensified its laws against drug cartels. Number 2. San Pedro Sula, Honduras. San Pedro, Honduras is besieged by crimes such as gang violence, drug cartel killings, and extortion. Homicide rates are currently hovering around 1,150, while the murder rate is at 158. And number 1. Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. Ciudad Juarez has recently been dubbed the most violent place in the world outside of declared war zones. Since 2008, the number of crimes committed within the city has increased significantly. Just in 2008, 1,400 murders and 2,500 drug-related deaths were reported. If you liked the video you just saw, then feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel by using the orange button in the top right. And don't forget to go check out our website at list25.com for more awesome lists.